Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Welcome to Mixing It Up. My name is Barry Ross. I'll be your host for the next hour and a half. We're live on TV 33 in most of Detroit, UHF. We are also on cable on Comcast 20 in Detroit only. And you can also catch us online at tv33live.com. And this station has a live, real-time Facebook site. You can go to the new TV 33 WHPR, and when you go in, you're going to hit like, and then you're going to hit welcome, and the video is going to come up of the station. We're 24 hours a day live. Then you can punch your name in, and it can transfer over to your own Facebook page, and you can communicate back and forth with your friends and me and what have you. We encourage your involvement. We want you to know that we welcome. This is our show. This is a community show. Our purpose here is to inform you, educate you, and state the truth in a factual manner. So please call us. All these are 313 numbers: 868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. Tonight is a rare occurrence. Usually at 10 o'clock, the last half hour of my show, I turn over to the Better Detroit Youth Movement. And I have so many guests tonight. We're having an extended time on this show for an hour and a half. And we were going to schedule Sharon Lucido on at 9 o'clock, but she's going to be coming on a little later. So all of you out there in watch land, listening land, your friend Sharon's going to be on a little later, about 9:35. So we want you to pay attention. We haven't forgotten her, to say the least. My featured guest tonight, our Crime Stoppers is back with Patrice Young, and we work with Crime Stoppers. We have Gloria Webb here tonight. She is the mother of Nathaniel Webb that was murdered on Woodbine Street in Detroit, February 24th of this year. And check this out. When he was murdered that day at 4:30 in the morning, his baby's mama, right? February 24th, 2012. That's what I said. At 4:30 in the afternoon, I retracted. At 4:30 in the afternoon, and earlier that day, his child's mother was giving childbirth. Huh?
Earlier that day, that she had passed.
Okay.
Earlier that day, she had passed of natural causes.
Okay.
So he was mourning the death of his.
Yeah, mourning the death of his child's mother. And then he gets killed. And check this out. They have positively ID'd the shooter. And we're going to get into this in a while. And we also want to acknowledge Gloria's husband is in the house.
And I'm Gloria Mitchell. My son is Webb. I'm married.
Okay, these are facts that I have seemed to fail on, that I apologize. We also have here tonight, I have Sharon Lucido, who has tragically, when she was a child, she grew up with an inordinate amount of incest, abuse physically and mentally in her house. It started at the early age of 2. And I want to tell you, I was talking to her earlier, and I could barely comprehend this tragic life this lady has had, and she's here today to tell us about it. And my God. And we also have Scott Allen Davis from Vanguard in Detroit, and we're very glad to have him. He'll be on in the latter part of the show. And we have Leilani. Leilani is a R&B duet, and they're going to be here to, hopefully we have a video. We have a video, and they're going to do a couple songs, and we're very glad. ladies here tonight and one of their fiancés. So we appreciate everybody that comes out to the show. And like I said earlier, we're here to let you know the real deal on what's going on. And the name of the show is Mixing It Up. And we want everybody to know that we have formulated the Greater Detroit Restoration Coalition Project. Babies are walking to school by these abandoned houses in most neighborhoods in Detroit, not all. Predators, sexual predators are lurking in these houses. Drug trafficking is going on in these houses. Squatters are living in these houses. We want to board up these homes in this city, and we have united with 6 other organizations. We're having a fundraiser May 18th at the McDonald's on 7 Mile in Woodward, which is a Friday, from 4 to 6 p.m., and more details are going to follow. And the owner of the McDonald's, whatever we raise, he's going to match it out of his own pocket. Most of our work is done through volunteers. We have to pay for the materials. We need monies for this. We've paid for the first 5 houses out of our own pocket. It's about $200 a home, but we can't support the entire city, nor can the city support the city. So we need help. We encourage you. You can contact me, 248-417-9696, and Minister Shabazz at 313-646-3375. So I'm not going to go on any longer. I want to get right into our first guests. And we have to welcome you to the show. Thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Patrice.
Thanks for having us.
Would you like to open up and tell everybody what's going on and speak into the mic? This is Patrice Young from Crime Stoppers. And why don't you tell everybody, and then you're going to introduce Gloria for us.
I've been volunteering with Crime Stoppers for over 2 years. I got involved because of the murder of my brother. And this is, everything I do is from the heart. And I want to, if I can help, you know, each and every one of my families that I deal with, I will. And I'm actually gaining friends. I talk to Gloria all the time. Back and forth, we text. You know, I really feel bad for her. Her son was murdered, and they know the suspect. And we're here to keep his face exposed to the media so someone can turn him in. And we're talking about a 16-year-old. So that means he has help with the hiding. He has no means of money, so the way I look at it, his mother is helping him, his father is helping him, his family is helping him, and that's what we have to stop. We have to stop these parents from hiding their children that do wrong. This was cold-blooded. And today I would just like to introduce Gloria. This is Nathaniel's mother, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her son.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Well, I am my son's voice. My son was a college student. He worked at a job. He was a very quiet person. He had just had a child that he actually had to spend, well, he had 11 days to enjoy his child with. So now I'm enduring losing my child, and then enduring the part of just not having him anymore because of this senseless death. I mean, because this should have never happened.
Can we just talk about the circumstances what you were telling me earlier? Where was he? He was outside of a home. Whose home was he outside of?
Okay, he was outside of his girlfriend's house on Woodbine Street, and that's right off of McNichols, not too far from the Redford area. And he was sitting in a car with his brother, just mourning the death of his girlfriend. And from that point, my son was telling me they were just talking, and all of a sudden, my son said all he saw was the barrel of the gun come in the door, and his brother being shot.
Okay, both of your sons were in a car together?
Yes.
Outside of your son who had the baby with the other lady, outside of her family's
Outside
house?
of her family's house.
Okay, and this is at 4:30 in the afternoon?
4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm inside the house with the baby.
Oh, my God.
So I'm there, me, We're just there, just actually taking care of the family because there was a death. This young lady passed, and I'm a Christian woman. The thing I'm doing is I'm coming to help my son grieve, coming to help the family just cope with what was going on with that day. You know, my son had went and got chicken that day. I'm in the house hugging the mother, hugging the son, and that really bothers me now because I'm in there hugging her and hugging her son. And just for me, minutes, just for my son just leaving me saying, watch his baby. Ma, I need some air. I'm gonna go outside with my brother. I need to get some air. Could you watch the baby? From that point, hearing the gunshots, and my son was gone.
What do you feel that the police, now this is just a little over a month ago, what kind of progress have the police, where is this case laying right now?
Right now,
Nobody sees anything,
nobody has said anything or seen him. Nobody knows where this young man is. He is 16 years old. This young man needs to be with his parents. At 16, I know where my kids are. They should be at school. They should be at home. 16-year-old shouldn't be running out, and a parent do not know where their child is.
And are the police still actively pursuing this right now?
Yes, they are.
They are.
They are.
And what are the parents saying right now? They just haven't seen their kids since this day, or what are they saying? What do you think they're saying?
The day it happened, from what I understand, they moved out the house that day.
They moved out.
Mm-hmm.
Were they renters?
No.
Homeowners.
Homeowners. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He was 16 years old. Was he enrolled in school?
From what I gathered, he was enrolled in school, but was not attending school.
And what kind of reward do we have for him? Just is it up from this $1,000? Is that all?
It's $1,000 because they already know who the suspect is. The $2,500 reward is when they don't have any suspects in the case.
Is that always protocol? Because I think that I've seen cases before where they knew who the suspect was, they knew who the shooter was, and the rewards were higher. That's never the case?
It was always $1,000.
All right. Can Gloria take out a billboard?
Yeah, she can get a billboard.
Is she aware of that?
Yeah, she know. She did a because of they know who the suspect is, and the way the billboards go is when they do a press conference, then they get the billboard. Crime Stoppers are giving the billboards free. No, we didn't do a press conference. We did a Michigan Most Wanted. Mm-hmm. We had the detective. He was willing to go to Michigan Most Wanted, and we did that a couple of weeks ago.
Did anybody go out with flyers to all the houses around his house?
Gloria has had flyers. We gave.
I gave flyers out to friends and neighbors to go in the area.
Have they done that?
Yes.
Okay, we want to see what we can do to help you.
Yep.
Is there anything that you want to say to the public that's watching? Anything we can do other than try to find this guy? And
this is my son. I am his voice. He is not with me anymore. He was murdered. It was a senseless murder. It shouldn't have never happened. We're looking for Christian Bale. If you know anything about his whereabouts, please inform Crime Stoppers. This is my son, and I love my son. He was a good boy.
Patrice.
Yes.
Are people standing up and coming forth more now? Hasn't Crime Stoppers had an increase in the rewards paid out? Aren't more people coming forth? I mean, we need everybody to come forth.
More people are coming forth, giving us information. And, I mean, I can't say it's enough, because it's never enough, because we still have suspects on the streets. We still have people hiding in homes. Families hiding this. And by me working close with some of DPD, this is all I hear. It's the families that's hiding these individuals in the homes and know what they have done.
If a family hides a alleged shooter, what have you, what kind of charges can be brought against a family or friends from anybody from harboring a criminal? There's an actual charge that can be levied on them.
I would think aiding and abetting a fugitive
correct.
or something like that.
That's correct. And
Yes.
and we listen, everybody that's watching, we need to get with the fact that we got to take an active role in cleaning up our own streets. This is unacceptable. These babies are dying for no reason. This young man, whatever the circumstances were, and I couldn't even imagine how he was outside of his woman's house grieving with his brother, that somebody had a reason to kill him for no reason. We have to listen. Talking about Crime Stoppers 800 number, and it's anonymous.
It's anonymous. Crime Stoppers is anonymous, which gives you cash rewards. The
What is
number.
it? Go ahead.
Oh, the number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Rewards are up to $2,500. You remain anonymous. No caller ID. The call actually goes to Canada and then is rerouted to, to the call center. And what I want to say is, it works. It helped me. I had a fugitive arrested. 2 weeks ago. We received a tip of the whereabouts, and the police went right out and got him, and he's in jail right now. So
Well, thank God for that.
yeah, I can't stress the fact that we can't do it alone. Nobody wants to say anything until it happens to them. Everybody, the blinds are closed. Everybody watching TV. We partying and everything, and we're not paying attention to what's happening to our city. And like I said, we get the call when it happens. Oh, I want to go on Crime Stoppers. I need a press conference. So I'm not even asking. I'm begging, for help. Like I said before, Christian Bale is 16 years old. Where's the money coming from for him to even hide? If he's still here, however, he's given the ability to hide. And like I said, his parents. Who else will help him? He can't come to me and help him. So I just ask everybody to look at these photos, look at these pictures. Why when you see them posted, don't just walk past them. Don't tear them down, because it's not yours to tear down. And we need for you to study them, so when you do see them, you call somebody to get them off the streets, because we're losing the battle when you have just 10 people out rallying or passing out flyers and everything. Like I said with Gloria, I would like to see 100 people out there helping
We
her
don't
pass
have
out
enough
flyers.
police, and we don't have enough involvement. And we believe, this is what I believe the streets think, that you're a snitch and something's going to happen. She just told you this is an anonymous phone number. If we don't start standing up for what we see and stop regarding us as snitches, more of these babies are going to die. What's it going to take, like Patrice said, are you going to have to lose your son before you start standing up? We are laying down for these young guys, and I call them punks on this street. We're laying down for them. We must get involved. I want to see what we can do. I mean, we're all so busy. I want to see what we can do about going into the neighborhood, really, soon on this, maybe in the next week or so. We appreciate you being here. This is not the end of this. We want to continue to help you and support you. And you'll be coming back next week on Malik's show. Crime Stoppers is going to be a regular fixture here. And if you have any information, is there anywhere they can contact you? Do you have an email or what have you?
Crime Stoppers.
Okay, you just call Crime Stoppers 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Or you can call me, 248-417-9696. And we will help you get the help you need to solve this crime. So anything else real quick? You just want to wrap it up?
Nathaniel Webb was my son, and I am his voice. I'm his mother. He's not here, so I'm going to speak for him. Please, if you know anything about Christian Bale, please call.
His mother is crying on my show. It takes a lot of courage to come out here, and we appreciate you coming. And we're very sorry for your loss. Any mother, any father. And thank you. Stick around for a minute. We'll be right back after this short break.
Okay.
Sit here. TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m., join me, Barry Ross, mixing it up on TV 33.
Hi, Mom. Where'd you get all this Narcotics Anonymous stuff from?
Mrs. Owens had Narcotics Anonymous come and talk to our class about meetings that can help people stop using drugs.
Narcotics Anonymous.
Yes, please. Can you help me?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit. We are the faces
The Delray.
We are the faces of Delray. Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest.
Not destroy.
1,000 men's suits. And right now at Sermons, you can buy one and get two free. Not one suit, but two free. Buy one suit, bring two friends. Buy one suit, bring two relatives. Buy one suit, get two free. Bring your pastor, your boss, your teacher. Buy one suit and get two free. Sermons with 90 years of experience carrying jeans, exotic skin shoes, sets, shirts, leather, sweaters, everything for the well-dressed man. Buy one suit, get two free. Sermons on Randolph in downtown Detroit.
The Brinker Group has been serving clients throughout Metro Detroit since 1989. Our group is comprised of 5 commercial contracting firms that specialize in construction management, general contracting, architectural interiors, flooring, glass and aluminum applications, and electrical installation. For exceptional service at competitive rates, choose the Brinker Group. We build with quality, confidence, and pride.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you. There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park. The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.
You're watching us live on TV 33, Comcast 20. We are also able to receive your phone calls. Please call in 313-868-0342, 0351, and 4336. And right now, we have 2 beautiful ladies with us. And you are the singing duet of Leilani.
Yes.
And this is Cynthia Davis.
Yes. Hello.
And this is Joyce Johnson.
Hi.
And these ladies are a wonderful little duet. How long have you guys been singing together?
We've been singing together. Joyce and I have been singing together since June 2010.
Okay. And go ahead.
But we've actually been out singing separately for years.
Okay.
I don't really want to get out of the way, but
you can tell it.
No, I've been singing for the past 11 years. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Now you're up for the Black Entertainment Detroit Awards this year at Burt's?
Well, we don't
Is this
know
the one?
yet about the for 2012. However, we were nominated for the Detroit Black Music Awards under Misty Love and Billy Wilson, and we were quite privileged to get that nomination.
Currently held by Brandon Davis,
Yes.
who's been on the show. I have to say, these ladies, I don't know if the camera's doing this justice, but they have the most gorgeous velvet outfits on, dresses on, and they match. Okay, they're really a wine color. They're gorgeous. You guys look
Thank you
beautiful,
so much.
and you're
Thank
really
you.
lighting up the room a lot more than the lights themselves.
Thank you.
Who would you say that you guys are similar to? Your style of Mary Mary
No.
No.
We are in the gospel genre
as
also.
well.
I would think Love Unlimited, A Taste of Honey,
Wow.
groups like Mary Jane Girls.
Oh, I love the Mary Jane Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick James.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you're currently you sing around in clubs in Detroit.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
What, are you for hire?
Yes, we are.
Okay, reasonable rates.
Very reasonable. Unfortunately, our rate started at $400.
Did you say
and up.
fortunately or unfortunately?
Fortunately.
Okay. Okay.
We started.
That's a piece.
No, as a group.
If they
Okay.
We do tracks, and then we do with our band. We do have a band called the Triple Impact Band.
And we want to give a shout out to them.
Hey,
Shout out,
Robert and
dudes.
Lawrence and Tobias and
While you're at rehearsal,
and Cornell. And but we perform. We just got into Greektown Casino
Oh, congratulations.
under
That's great.
Embarco Entertainment. Woo.
So you're there what on Friday and Saturdays? Or?
No.
It's on call
Okay.
basis, but Embarco Entertainment hired us. We just performed there on.
had a wonderful time.
Oh man, it was
something.
crazy.
We've done a lot of performance in our lives, and you have those shows that you just call great. I'm having a good night, and everything is wonderful, and we pulled off something that night. I don't think anybody has done. We were singing "Living for the Love of You," and people were playing the machines, and the people were right there where we were.
They
They were
stopped.
enjoying the show, and we asked everybody in Greektown Casino to sing "Living for the
Oh,
Love
wow.
of You."
Okay.
The music stopped, and all you could hear was the machines, and people stopped, and everybody in there was singing "Living for the Love of You."
Okay.
I was like, wow, the greatest show.
That's sort of a spiritual thing.
Yes, it was.
I probably would have shed a few tears if that was me.
You would have been in love.
That's
Yes,
great.
you would've.
So you're currently there on call, but you
Yes.
also, if you were booked somewhere else.
We do small gigs. We do festivals. In fact, we're doing the Susan Coleman Race for Cure on May 26th at 7:00.
This is the breast.
The breast cancer.
Okay.
Walkathon.
We will be on Forest between Woodward and John R. at 7:00 in the morning on May 26th. We do.
Where are you going to be there? You said you're going to be.
We're
On
going to
stage.
be
You're
on
gonna
the street.
perform.
We're going to be on the street.
Okay.
We got the whole block to ourselves. But we do halls and weddings and funerals, and we do it all.
What are you going to wear?
For the Susan Coleman?
Yeah.
Jogging
Jogging
suits.
suits.
Jogging suits.
And
okay.
our Race
you're
for
gonna,
Cure
you're going to be
t-shirts.
in it. Okay. I guess you're going to be in the walk.
Well, no, everyone's just the route comes past where we're going to be performing.
Okay.
At.
Yes.
All
So
right.
we kind of want to just pump everybody else up.
Because I
So
might
we're gonna
pledge
have a bunch of-
something for you if you guys were going to run a little bit. You run a little bit?
Oh, yeah,
Uh-oh.
running the dreams.
Run.
Okay. All right, let's hear a couple tracks from our engineer, Mr. Hodo, and let's see what you guys sound like, and then we'll come back.
All right.
That's the only truth.
about?
Yay, Leilani.
I've heard it all now, everybody. We've had some entertainment on this show, and I have to tell you, that's why it's called Mixing It Up. You ladies are great.
Thank you.
And so right now, you're at Greektown.
No,
Oh.
we're not at Greektown. We're going to be performing May the 7th at
Club Treasure.
Club Treasure.
And where's Club Treasure?
19303 Mount Elliott between East Outer Drive and East 7 Mile. It's free.
Yep.
Free.
It's also free.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys have a website? Do you have a manager? Who books for you? How do you do that?
I'm everything.
She does it all.
Okay. Do you want to
She
give them?
does
Do
it
you want to give
all.
them some contact information?
Yes.
Get some of them $400 up in there.
Sure. That's the starting rate
That's
now.
start now. It's not-
Our website is www.leilanisingers.vpweb.com.
And you spell Leilani Singers how?
Leilani Singers SINGERS .V is in Victor, P is in Paul, web.com.
All right. Now, what does Leilani mean?
A beautiful flower.
Oh my God.
It's a
beautiful
Hawaiian.
flower.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay. So now, you're available in the city.
Yes.
You're available at clubs.
Yes.
And what else? Did you give them a phone number? Do you want to give them a phone?
Yes. 313-360106. 313-736-0106.
If we can just depart for video's right. Okay. We're gonna depart just for 1 second. Just want to ask you a quick question. You have a community organization.
Yes.
Could you tell everybody the name of it?
It's called City Airport Renaissance Association, Kyra, and we service an area between Van Dyke, Gratiot, Harper, and Grinnell. But we also go over down to 94. And what we do is we help people in the community who have, like we get a grant once a year for home improvement. We have a Christmas party, a Halloween party, and a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway every year for that area. And it's free. You know, they don't have to pay for anything. We go out and beg for all the money and take care
Are
of
these
it.
grants of large amount of money? You don't have to say. But
Well,
I'm just
therefore,
saying-
we don't actually get our hands on the grant. What they do is bring us the applications.
Okay.
And we pick out the people. And you have to be a senior. You have to own your home. You have to have your taxes paid, and your utilities have to be
Okay,
up
so
there.
you have to
But
be,
there's a
you guys are 501c3.
501c3.
All
yes.
right, I will talk more about this too. And we have another video ready because you got to get these ladies
Yes.
out to your club and your place, okay? Matching like
yes.
this, as pretty as they are and the way they sound, okay? We got two doves here tonight. All right, so let's hear it, and we'll be back again in a minute.
You said to be gentle with me, and I hope
We're back live with Leilani. Look at these two. You ladies come in toy doll size?
Yes.
You can start the market for them. Hey.
Because you'd be cute in a doll size over a mantelpiece.
Well, we hope to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, especially in these outfits. We get you some little wine shoes. You got wine shoes too? I know you got wine shoes on.
No.
I'll have to see their shoes. All right,
No,
this is Leilani. They're available for booking anywhere in Detroit, outside of Metro Detroit,
Yes.
anywhere within 100 miles.
Across the country.
Okay.
We're going to Tokyo.
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Yes.
How's that?
Right time.
Once again.
Right place.
Okay, that's what I'm talking. This lady, I'm finding out more about him. We should take a few more breaks. Who knows what I'm gonna find out? She was in the Army right here,
Yes.
a cook in the Army.
Yes.
Okay, so she's bad. They're both bad. These are two hardworking women. They have careers outside of their singing. They
Yes.
love what they do. Let's take one quick call.
Okay.
All right?
Somebody, just some of your family.
Mm-hmm. Good evening. You're on the air.
Yes, I'd like to send a shout out to my beautiful wifey.
Melly Mel.
Send a shout out to my beautiful wifey. Leilani.
Yeah, cut your TV off, sir.
Turn the sound down.
Turn the sound off.
Will you say something?
We got about a minute. This is your wife?
That's
This
his
your
wife.
husband?
Yes.
Okay. Want to say anything back to him?
Hi. Thank you for supporting.
We can't hear you at all
Yeah.
now.
Where'd you go, Mel?
Mel. Mel.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
All right, Mel. We're gonna cut you loose. And is anything else you want to say real quick?
I say I love my wifey.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling, Mel.
That's my brother-in-law, y'all.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up just real quick. Just give them your info again where they can contact you.
Leilani, R&B singers in a Triple Impact Band, y'all, is for booking. Our website is www.leilanisingers.vpweb.com, 313-736-0106. Come on down to Club Treasures, 19303 Mount Elliott between Outer Drive and East 7 Mile.
On May the 7th.
May the 7th.
I think you guys ought to get with We Are Family.
Okay.
You right? You're right?
Yeah.
We are family.
Family.
All my other sisters and me.
Okay.
I got all my sisters with me.
All right. That's it. We'll be right
We
back. Thank you
are
for coming.
family. Thank
Take
you.
it out. We'll be right
Thank
back,
you.
everybody. Thank you, Leilani, for coming out.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
We're taking a short break.
Narcotics Anonymous.
Yes, please. Can you help me?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit. We are the faces
The Delray.
We are the faces of Delray. Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest,
not destroy.
1,000 men's suits. And right now at Sermons, you can buy one and get two free. Not one suit, but two free. Buy one suit, bring two friends. Buy one suit, bring two relatives. Buy one suit, get two free. Bring your pastor, your boss, your teacher. Buy one suit and get two free. Sermons with 90 years of experience. Jeans, exotic skin shoes, sets, shirts, leather, sweaters, everything for the well-dressed man. Buy one suit, get two free. Sermons on Randolph in downtown Detroit.
The Brinker Group has been serving clients throughout Metro Detroit since 1989. Our group is comprised of 5 commercial contracting firms that specialize in construction management, general contracting, architectural interiors, flooring, glass and aluminum applications, and electrical installation. For exceptional service at competitive rates, choose the Brinker Group. We build with quality, confidence, and pride.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you. There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
we are the faces of Detroit.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park. The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.
Days, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. We're back live on TV 33, Comcast 20. I have a segment coming up that I'd have to say that my phone lines are going to bust through the cable lines tonight. I've been doing this show over a year, and I'd have to say that the subject matter that we're about to discuss is the most extreme. It's prevalent in our society. It's an illness in our society, and it's in so many homes today across the country and the world. And this is the first time on my show that this subject has ever come up. We are going to discuss tonight sexual abuse within the homes, physical abuse, and it is so commonplace in our society. And the nature of this is very, very difficult, but that we have to commend my guest, Sharon Lucido, for having the courage to come out and speak about this. And I don't know if I could, and I've seen a lot of courageous people in my time, but Sharon, thank you for coming out to the show.
Thank you, Barry, for
Thank you.
having
This
me.
is Sharon Lucido, everybody. And Sharon Lucido has come to me from my friend, the author, Liz, and who was on my show a few months ago, who's written a couple great books. But Sharon, let's talk about where do you want to go within your home? when you were a child? What kind of world was it for you?
It was pretty tough, Barry. As a child growing up, I was raised in a Christian home. My father was a preacher. The abuse was pretty bad, though. I mean, there's safe homes. My home at times you would think was safe. My mother had no way of being able to protect me because, my father was a preacher. Everybody respected him. But at home was different.
He was a different person.
Yes, he was a very different person at home. You would think as a Christian home that you could, as a child, you could trust being at home, being safe. Your father's supposed to be safe for especially your little girl.
And
But-
society, looking from the outside, would think that everything's okay in a home like this, right?
Oh, yes. Everybody thought our home was the most perfect home. And it was so hard because you had to keep everything to yourself. You go to school, everyone known your father or your family as that, quote, Christian family. I'm not, by all means, putting down preachers or Christian
families.
homes.
No, you're talking about your family.
Correct.
What was the nature of the abuse, and when did it start? At what point in your life?
In my memory, in my experience, in my memory, I can remember back as early as the age of 2 years old.
2 years old?
Yes, sir.
Physical abuse? Beating or sexual abuse? Or?
At 2 years old, I remember the sexual abuse. My father coming into my room and
oh my God.
he would, in mental abuse too, because, as you're going through that, your abuser is always telling you something. It's always mental. There's always a way of getting around it so he don't get caught. He or she as an abuser.
He had to cover himself.
Yes, very much so. I had brothers and sisters. My mother was there, and he would have to cover himself with my mother. And as far as I know, my mom was always asleep when it would happen. My father would, at the age of 2, though, Barry, I can't remember much of what my father said to me. I just remember what he did to me. And then as I had gotten older, I can remember then around the age of 6. And around the age of 6, then I do remember what my dad had said to me when he would finish and the threats he would make against my mother, which most abusers will. And I really want to stress this with anyone who's been abused, being abused, knows of children that's being abused, that they use your mother against you more than they use anyone against you.
Now, you're not a big lady. I would assume you were a very little girl.
Yes, I was very tiny.
You were very tiny. So at 6 years old, you must have been very frail. Was your father a big man in stature and size, or no?
He was, yeah, he was normal. I could
Average man.
Average man, maybe 5'11", husky, not big.
Did you have siblings?
Yes, I did. I have 3 brothers, and at that time, I just had my 3 brothers at that time.
And weren't they around?
They were young, very young. My oldest brother, he was always upstairs. We had an upstairs, say like an attic that was made into his bedroom. And my bedroom was on the side of my mom. There's a staircase, and then my bedroom was on one side, and then on the other was my parents' room.
Okay, so I would assume, and I don't know, going to school as a child and contending with this, I guess innately, internally within us, we always know, I think, what's right and wrong. would you assume that you knew you were disturbed by these actions, right?
Oh, yes.
And you had to keep them to yourself.
Yes.
Now you're going to school. Could you even concentrate in school? How would you concentrate in school under these circumstances?
Barry, that is amazing you asked me that. It's so hard to concentrate. You don't concentrate. There's no way. I sat at home waiting, or sat at school waiting to go home. I didn't want to go home, but I couldn't concentrate. I would stare out a window. I would stare at my books, but not know what I was seeing or what the teacher was saying, because in my head and in all the time that I'm in there, all I'm thinking about is home. I have to go through this again tonight.
Every night?
Most
nights?
Most nights.
Oh my God.
Yes, most nights.
Uh-huh. And this went on starting when you were 2.
Well, that's the youngest I can recollect. I mean, I've heard that I was getting whipped a lot, even younger than that.
And this, okay, so we were talking earlier, what happened at 10 or 11 years of age? What did you do?
At 10, I believe I was around 10 when I ran away the first time.
And tell everybody what you did when you ran away.
I ran away. I was just tired of it. I couldn't take anymore. And I would see my mother trying to help me at times when my father was beating on me, and he would knock her down and kick her in the head with shoes on. So my mom couldn't do too much of a lot for me. So I had to run away. Plus, Barry, I didn't feel very welcome at my own home. And
I guess not.
Who
would?
Right, exactly.
And you were thinking, I guess, at some point that it was your fault?
At all times, I thought it was my fault.
Isn't that something? How could we possibly think that something like this would be going on to us and we ascribe blame to this? All right, so now when you ran away at 10 or 11, where would you go? Where does a little 10-year-old girl go?
I ran all the way down into Finkel and Livernois, and I had to pull a brick out from under a house, right? And it was really cold out. I can remember that. I can remember having to pull the brick out and crawling up underneath the house, and that's where I lived. Yes.
For how long?
Oh, approximately 2 weeks.
Well, how'd you feed yourself?
I would crawl out from under the house, and I would go to any store or restaurant and sweep up.
At 10 or 11 years old?
Yes.
My God.
Yes.
This is a tragedy. So now, going a little further, you end up getting caught, or even though it wasn't your fault. The authorities found you somehow, or?
Yes, I had gotten caught. I believe, with recollection of my memory, my mother and father had tracked me down. So at that point in time, they turned me over to a place called Lafayette
Clinic.
Yes. And, I felt thrown away, Barry. I felt like I had been thrown away because as a child, you're being abused and you feel like it's all your fault, like we just said. But then when you get put away for it, then you feel like you were a bother at that house. Seeing you're caught, he's caught, I'm caught running away. There was nowhere else that they could do but throw me away. So I felt thrown away.
Were you able to tell, when you were in Lafayette Clinic, were you telling them or revealing what was going on in the house to anybody?
No, I wouldn't.
Wow. You didn't tell anybody because you were afraid of reprisal, I guess.
Yes, I was.
So now you keep this a secret.
Yes.
For how long?
It wasn't that long. There was a doctor that had to give me a true serum to bring it out of me in Lafayette.
They gave you a true sodium pentothal?
Yes.
At Lafayette Clinic?
Yes.
And were you a ward of the state at that time?
Yes, I was.
They gave you sodium pentothal,
Yes.
Dr. Luby.
Yes.
Okay. I was in there when I was 14, so I know about this place. So they give you a true serum, and it comes out.
Yes.
So they had to believe you at that point.
Right.
Did they investigate your home situation?
No, all I know is that they had brought my parents
In.
and spoke with them in a separate room and let them know what they had found out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, of course, we don't get that privileged information of what happens with the parents. And so at that point in time, they told my parents that they were not letting me go.
They probably believed you. So now you're in there for a long time.
Yes, I was in there for a couple years.
Till now you're 13.
Yes.
So then what happens? You go back home?
Well, what happened was I was being very abused in there. I was being, you know,
Abused in
brutally
the institution?
Yes, I was
They
brutally
were beating you in there?
Yes, they were.
And who was beating you in there?
The guards.
The guards?
Yes.
For no reason?
No, they just, well, of course, if you did anything wrong in there, you would get hit upside the head. And they had a room that was sanding. I believe you
Sanding
and I spoke
chairs.
about that.
That was the punishment in there.
With a plain piece of paper. No sandpaper. Plain piece of paper.
Okay, so if we can, you get out of Lafayette Clinic. Where do you go then?
When I was out of Lafayette Clinic, are you talking when I was caught escaping
You were in there
Lafayette?
for 2 years. You were in there for 2 years.
Yes.
You're 13, and you go back home.
I went back home, not for very long, not at all. I ended up on my own. I went
At
to work.
13, you were on your own?
Yes.
At 13?
Yes.
You went to work?
Yes, I did.
And you had your own apartment?
No, I was living off and on in different places and paying my rent, and until I could afford my own
What
apartment.
about school? Forget about it?
I didn't. I only made it through so long in school. But I did try to make it through school. I made it up to 10th grade.
That's as far as I went. Really?
See, we're
I
very
took the
good.
GED.
Wow.
I took the GED. I went to college and I studied drugs and lunch in college.
Well, now I ended up marrying the wrong person, and I was.
Not the person you're married to now. This is the right person.
No, sir. This is the right
What's
person.
your husband's name? Can we mention his name?
Sure, you can. Dominic Lucido.
Tom, we appreciate you coming here tonight. Where are you, Tom?
Dominic.
Dominic. I'm sorry. Dominic is here tonight to bring his wife here. They've been married for 16 years. We don't have enough time. I'm going to have you back. If we could just jump ahead.
Yes.
How does a 13-year-old supporting herself view the world now? You're out working. What do you? How your perspectives had to have been seriously jaded
Yes.
in life. I would assume you were angry.
Yes, very angry.
Right.
I was very angry, but you have to get past that, Barry. If I hadn't have gotten past that, I couldn't have gotten past all of it. I love my mother, my brothers and sisters, my siblings, and you need to know too, Barry. I'd like to say, any woman out there that might think their children are being abused in any way, shape, or form, physically, mentally, I just need them to know that if you just talk to your child, take time with them, don't ignore them.
What are some of the signs a mother might look for within her house with her child? She might be suspicious, but what's a telltale sign a mother looking at her child that would be a for sure shoe-in?
Well, when not being a therapist or a psychiatrist, Barry, I can only go with my experience.
That's fine.
And at that point in time, I'm stating that if your child is way too happy, you need to look through that. If they're way too sad and hiding in their room, you need to look at that.
How about wetting their bed? I think. Now I don't know about you, but I think sexual abuse. When you're sexually abused, you can't control yourself. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. We didn't even talk about this, Barry, and you know this. I have another family member, and she had that problem, and come to find out, she also has, I just found out not long ago, she had been abused by a family member, not my family member, but one of her family members. And that's what happened. She had started at 8 years old, and she had wet the bed.
So it's a very common. Now, we got a couple more minutes, but am I right to assume that this just wasn't unique set of circumstances with your father and you? You had some infractions with other relatives.
Yes, I
that
did.
Abused you. Your uncle, cousin?
I had a cousin that used to babysit me. He was 19. I was 6. And
It's awfully strange that a guy would even babysit a girl anyway.
I think so.
I would never babysit my nieces, cousins, what have you.
He babysat us while my mother worked and my father worked, and he tied me to a bed, and he had boys lined up outside. That was pain for me. I was 6.
All right, we're gonna have her back. We're gonna have you back. And I can't tell you much how impressed I am with your courage, because it takes courage to admit this kind of truth.
Thank you.
And we, highly endorse your courage, and I respect you. We're
Thank
going to
you,
have you
Barry.
back. And ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had too many calls about this, but this is an amazing woman, and she's working through a forgiveness for her father. Me personally, I'd want to set my father on fire if he did this to my sister. But I appreciate you coming here. We're going to schedule you to come back, maybe on my friend's show, what have you, and I have another show coming up too. So thank you very much. Sit here for a
Thank you,
minute.
Barry.
This is Sharon Lucido, and our prayers go out for you.
Thank you.
And we're going to have you back. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back with Scott Allen Davis. Wow.
I did.
We are the faces of Delray.
We are the faces of Delray. Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest.
Not destroy.
1,000 men's suits. And right now at Sermons, you can buy one and get 2 free. Not 1 suit, but 2 free. Buy 1 suit, bring 2 friends. Buy 1 suit, bring 2 relatives. Buy 1 suit, get 2 free. Bring your pastor, your boss, your teacher. Buy 1 suit and get 2 free. Sermons with 90 years of experience, carrying jeans, exotic skin shoes, sets, shirts, leathers, sweaters, everything for the well-dressed man. Buy 1 suit, get 2 free. Sermons on Randolph in downtown Detroit.
The Brinker Group has been serving clients throughout Metro Detroit since 1989. Our group is comprised of 5 commercial contracting firms that specialize in construction management, general contracting, architectural interiors, flooring, glass and aluminum applications, and electrical installation. For exceptional service at competitive rates, choose the Brinker Group. We build with quality, confidence, and pride.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
We're back live, and I have to tell everybody that this is Mixing It Up. I'm Barry Ross, and I just interviewed Sharon Lucido. Was an extreme, an inordinate amount of tragedy in this home, and anybody that saw this show tonight, you saw something heavy. And right now, I have Mr. Scott Allen Davis, is the would we say the head CEO of the reentry program of Vanguard, or what division? How would I introduce you?
I'm the Executive Director of Vanguard Community Development Corporation.
Okay, did everybody hear that? You can move a little closer. Tell them one more time.
The Executive Director of Vanguard Community Development Corporation.
Okay. I have to thank you for coming here.
Thank you for asking.
You know, I had seen you on another show, and we had talked privately before, and Scott was kind enough to give me I couldn't stop talking to him, and I really didn't get a chance to really see the facility, but tell everybody where you're located and exactly what you're all about. You have so many different hats that you wear there, and what they do is so diverse.
Thank you. So, Vanguard Community Development Corporation, we're a little over 18 years old. We are located at 2785 East Grand Boulevard in the city of Detroit's North End neighborhood. So, right there at I-75 and East Grand Boulevard. And we've been there for all of our 18 years. We work in 3 different areas: economic development, community development, education development. So we do a myriad of services that really try to wrap around the community, and we focus on the North End neighborhood, right in the center of the city, just north of Midtown and east of New Center and Boston Edison. But we will serve anybody anywhere in areas where people tell us they need assistance, and so we really work hard to serve people authentically and in an integrous manner so that people get the services that they need.
I told him he was eloquent, but that was an understatement. You are funded how?
Through the grace of God. We are we really are blessed to be funded by multiple funders: Skillman Foundation, the Kresge Foundation, the Detroit Local Initiative Support Corporation, United Way, the Herb Family Foundation. We are part of a couple of national initiatives, one with LISC, which is the Sustainable Communities Initiative nationally. We're a part of the Living Cities Integration Initiative, which is a national initiative in 5 cities. So we get support from those groups. We also have some great partnerships with JP Morgan Chase Foundation and receive funding from them, as well as several other banks: PNC, Charter One, Fifth Third.
I got you.
Yeah, we really work hard to diversify who our grants come from, but we also work on ways to raise revenue that's not just grants.
Okay. For some reason or another, I'm sort of stuck on, and I want to get into everything else, but the prison reentry program. That is how I was introduced in that context. Let's tell everybody what you do for the men and women coming out of the prison system, or the penal system in Michigan.
So we have a program called Next Steps that we've done for the past 2 years, 3 years actually, that we worked with United Way on, that really thrusted us into serving men and women who had been in prison, and really serving them comprehensively, making sure that they got basic needs, that they received housing, clothes, ID, because to us, having identification is not a basic need. It's just automatic. When you come home from being incarcerated, you don't have ID, up-to-date ID, and you can't get jobs or other services without that ID. So helping with ID and transportation and work clothes and all of those things, mentors to really help support, is a program that we ran for about 3 years. Unfortunately, funding for that ended, and the bigger unfortunate part, though, is that funders don't see
the importance
serving people who have been incarcerated and returning back to the community as a priority right now. And I can understand that, because we have so many issues going on in our community. You really have to focus on certain priorities to even, start to do anything. But it's not, if you will, sexy right now. And so we weren't able to continue the program as we did it. We were able to serve, we had a contract with United Way to serve 150 returning citizens from incarceration in our
house, feed, clothe, get jobs, everything.
Those were things that we did. Some of the folks who came through our program did everything, needed everything. Some of them just needed a little bit.
Sure.
Got mentors, help with employment. I'm very excited to say we were only asked to do 150. We did about 230. Out of those 230, we were able to place 89% of them in employment.
That is
I'm
phenomenal.
super excited about that. What we also spun off from that, though, and this is one of my favorite programs that we do at Vanguard, is we started an AmeriCorps program, because it is very hard to find employment for folks who have felons and are returning citizens. And so we started an AmeriCorps program for them to help them serve the community in different realms. And we have 20 members that serve the North End neighborhood and then the northeast side of the city of
And,
Detroit.
excuse me, what are just some of the means and ways that they're serving?
Oh, it's awesome. So they do things like remove snow for seniors or single mothers. This year that wasn't an issue because we didn't have snow, but cutting grass, cutting trees, moving furniture for seniors or single parents. We also do build parks, do neighborhood cleanups, do neighborhood board ups.
That's what I do. Now, how are these senior citizens or what area of the community needs to comply with this? How do they find out about your program?
So
Or do you seek them out?
So they can seek us, or we go to community meetings. We do Get It Done teams are what they call. They work in the North End neighborhood, bounded by Woodward, I-75, Highland Park, and Hamtramck to the north, and then I-94 to the south. All you have to do is call our Get It Done number, which is 313-556-2080.
Can you repeat that?
313-556-2080. And they can
Okay.
call that number, leave a message, and someone will call them back within 24
Get it now?
hours. Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Okay.
And then the other neighborhood is in the northeast side is bounded by Ryan Road, I-75, 8 Mile, and Davison. So either one of folks living in any of those neighborhoods can call that number and the team will come out and assist them. However, if you have special projects anywhere in the metropolitan area, you can, and it's a special one-time project, a cleanup, a block party, or what have you, all 20 of our AmeriCorps members will come out if it is requested in advance and recruit more volunteers and train those volunteers and help you with that event as well.
And let me ask you a question. Are they available all throughout the week? these
They're
volunteers to
available
come out?
7 days a week.
Okay, because I do board ups.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
So I can actually get volunteers to assist as long as it's in those boundaries.
Well, you can get volunteers to, since like if you're doing a special board up where you're, let's say, focusing on a block where you want to do a
Sure.
big blitz on that block
Right.
and it's one time, we can come and help with that. We can help recruit volunteers. We have a database of over 400 volunteers.
Wow, this is
to
wonderful.
help with that, and we'll
Now-
train them and everything.
Now, what I call, or what anybody call, the Get It Done number?
Yes.
And they're called AmeriCorps?
Yeah, AMERI, capital CORPS. So it looks like AmeriCorps, but it's AmeriCorps. It's a national program that our former president Bill Clinton signed into legislation in 1994. And the only reason I do this work is because I was an AmeriCorps member in 1995.
Okay. Let's go a couple other places.
Okay.
I was in your facility.
Yeah.
You train, teach how to start a 501c3.
Oh, yeah.
How to get to the integral workings and get the most out of your 501c3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wide boundary you have in 501c3. Any community organization that is nonprofit. Tell them about that, what you offer.
So one of the things that we do, we believe that it is our goal to assist other organizations, other groups that want to do things that we're doing or want to see how to get it done, how to prevent the pitfalls that we've experienced, how to do it better, how to come together and just do it where you don't have to deal with a lot of the crap that we had to deal with. So we came out of a church. We were founded in 1994 by Bishop Edgar L. Van through Second Ebenezer Church. And so a lot of churches were calling us, asking us, how did you get here? How do you do what you do? And personally, my mission is to help churches and faith-based groups nationally understand how to be a church in the community, how to do community development
and to
work.
say the least, we have a big problem.
Right. And so we have a class that is just called, it's our grant writing series that we do. It's now 5 classes. It used to be 4. And this June, every Saturday in June from 9 a.m. until noon at our office, you can get all 5 classes for $100, or you can pick and choose the classes a la carte for $25 a piece. And so it covers how to write a grant, program development, how to do reporting, evaluation, how to build your capacity, the board, how to build your board, how to do your articles of incorporation. Why have a 501c3? Do you need a fiscal agent? L3C? Do you do, multiple things? We talk about all of that.
The ins and outs with
Yes.
your board as well.
Yes.
Once you're established,
Yeah.
if you have issues within your board,
Yeah.
right? What the kind of leverage you might have in your conflicts of interest in every aspect of your organization. If I had a conflict
Yeah.
with a specific person on my board, you might be able to give us some information how to work through it.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand that there are a lot of legal boundaries for organizations to take to deal with the board, to deal with constituency, to deal with funders. And so we forget those mechanisms. So in the series of classes, one of the things, and I teach the classes, and so very passionate, try to be as informative and entertaining as possible because I think people need to get what they want. And so we ask every class, why are you here today?
Sure.
So that at the end of that day, people get what they came to get from it.
Okay.
So we do that. We also have a class series that starts this coming Saturday. That's a do-it-yourself class in partnership with Warm Training Center, where people can learn how to repair their walls, do plumbing,
Oh my God.
electrical, gardening. Just doing things. So when in this tight economy, if I can do it myself, I don't have to pay somebody to come do it. And so we have that class that starts this Saturday, I believe starts at noon.
Where is this?
At Vanguard, again,
The
at
address?
2785 East Grand Boulevard. All of our training classes are coordinated by our community training coordinator, Chris Wingert, and he can be reached at our office, 313-872-7831.
You're amazing. I have
Thank
to
you.
say, when we met right after the first of the year, February, we were discussing the monies that were available for programs from the federal government to Detroit, the DTE, the warming, the weatherization,
Yes.
and several other things. And we were talking about the likelihood of them being rescinded because we had departments within the city of Detroit that did not know how to allocate these monies, execute these monies, and most of those monies had been returned.
Yes, we did have that conversation.
This is a pretty sad state of affairs that we have. What needs to happen within our city, within our government, where if the federal government wants to give us something and we can't comply with it, that's a shame to me.
It is a shame, and I think what people as residents, what we don't do well enough in the city of Detroit, in Highland Park, in Pontiac, is we don't make our voices become heard by voting.
Oh my God.
And so these are our dollars. Federal dollars are public dollars. And if they're not allocated appropriately, we have a voice in that. And we have not exercised our public voice and our public right well enough. I am much more of a defender of the city because we need to understand that our policies and procedures in the city are for a population that is more than double of what our current population is. And when you have antiquated systems, the city doesn't have things that you can do online, that they can't do things electronically because there hasn't been the money or the infrastructure set up for that type of transition. Things can't happen as effectively. I will say that I am afforded the opportunity and the privilege to work with very high-level city officials who have been very good at making systems change and changes within departments over the past year within the Bing administration. But it's difficult to make change when you're in a reactionary mode. It's difficult to make change when you are, losing money and losing population and having to be focused in so many different areas.
In the midst of trauma, people tend
Exactly.
to do
So
the
we
least.
really need to look at what happened 20 years ago. My question is always, what happened when we saw masses of people leaving the city and we did nothing about it 20 years ago? So now we're seeing the results of that, and we're trying to blame what's going on now.
It doesn't matter
with
what's
now.
going on.
It really is, how do we stop the bleeding, and how do we make Detroit the great city? How do we live the great city that we really are?
I just want to say, I give much credit to Kathy Garrett for coming in and instituting major changes in the Wayne County Clerk's office, and I mean that are pioneering. She has executed a more expedient system, and in many aspects. And this is what we need to do. We're living in a dark ages. I was talking. Someone came into my store today, who happens to be in the foster care business and owns several homes, and he was telling me that even our state legislature, we're living in antiquated times with our bills that make a general broad statement, a general broad policy that doesn't apply to this person or that person. We have, do you know in California, it's illegal to rob a stagecoach? Don't you think it's time to take some of these things off the books? In some southern states, interracial marriage is still on the books.
Yes, it's illegal.
So we need to modify. You're right. And these monies that went back, it's a shame. It's really a shame. Did they? What really did go back? Weatherization went back?
There are portions of dollars, and you can go to HUD.gov, HUD.gov, and go directly to Michigan and to Detroit and look at the allocations for the city of Detroit.
Oh my God.
What was spent and what hasn't been spent. And so people, well, first of all, we're not informed. So as much money was not sent back as we thought, but money has gone back. And primarily because the analogy that has been told to me is if you get a fire hydrant of water that's supposed to be coming out, but you hook up a garden hose, you can't get all that water through. And so that's what was going on. So I think it can, really be addressed differently in the future.
I had just forgot my entire train of thought. Just real quick, we got a minute left, and I don't understand what someone wants me to do here, but I just want to say 10% of Detroiters voted in the last election. We have a law in the Michigan legislature, in our Constitution, that 2/3 have to be a majority in order for a bill to pass. Well, look at what the Republican governor has done. 544 bills out of 566 have passed because they're all Republican. He has swept everything out in a short period of time because, are you a Democrat?
Yes.
I'm a Democrat. Anybody, it seems like most minorities. If you don't get out and vote and register, more of this is going to continue to happen.
But not just vote, be an informed voter.
Be an informed voter.
Don't just vote because you know that person's name. We have historically put people in office in the city of Detroit
Absolutely.
that don't know what they're doing,
I
are not
agree.
qualified. But not just know who the people are and their qualifications, know the qualifications of what they're running for.
And the bills
know the
and the
role
policies.
of what city council is supposed to do. City council manages the budget. So if you can't add 2 and 2, you can't manage a budget.
We don't have enough time, as usual, with all my guests because everybody's so important. I have to thank you.
Thank you.
If you can stick around a minute. We'll be back next week. I want to thank all my guests for coming out tonight to the show, and we'll continue to bring you guests of these kind of caliber. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Days, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.